There we go.
There we go.
It's time to
Hello
get
out
live.
there in Facebook land. Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Drumroll Live with Mz.KIR. Welcome, welcome to all the first time people coming in, and welcome to the OGs. Mz.KIR Live OGs. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure you like, comment, and share because caring is sharing and sharing is caring. And if for whatever reason you catch this on the replay, because maybe you're tired, you worked a long day, maybe your kids got you want to pull out your hair, whatever the case may be, and you feel you have to come back, type in hashtag replay, okay? Hashtag replay and where you're from, okay? All right. We're going to get this party started on this Friday night, the second week of June, okay? Welcome, Barbara Sellers. Barbara Sellers is in the building. Okay, so in the tradition of the writer's block, established January 2009, I usually do the celebrity birthdays. However, this was a week for me. And for the last couple of days, I had no phone. So there will be no celebrity birthdays this week. Okay. I'll do them next week. All right. So tune in next week for the celebrity birthdays for the month of June. And now, I'm going to get this party started. We have two co-hosts and a special guest. As co-hosts are as follows: North Philly's finest. Show your love out there, folks, for North Philly's finest.
How y'all doing? All
My
right.
other co-host
All right.
/ previous guest we got in the building, Maya.
The bee.
Like that, I came out that cloud of smoke.
I see that.
And she over there coughing from it.
I know it.
It's just effects. Why that baby just snuck inside your room
I know,
in the background.
They want effects. The DOS effects. They want effects. The DOS effects.
And our special guest, drum roll, please. We have in the building spoken word artist, Ladycrucible
Ladycrucible.
Okay. She is our special guest. She was on the open mic a few weeks ago. That open mic was fire. Fire Sun. Okay. Fire Sun. 5 N's after it. Sun.
Yes.
Okay.
The rhythm, the rebel, without a pause.
Okay. So let's see. What other announcements do I have before we begin? Let's see. Saturday, July 19th, 5:30 p.m., Donaldson Park. Donaldson Park in Highland Park, New Jersey. Saturday, July 19th, 5:30 p.m., row 3A. The Writer's Block presents, drumroll, Open Mic in the Park. Open mic in the park. So if you sing, you rap, you dance, you're an author, come on down. Saturday, July 19th, 5:30 p.m., Donaldson Park, Highland Park, New Jersey. Row 3A. All right, Writer's Block will be there. And if you want to hear Rosalia sing,
yes,
down.
Definitely.
Saturday, July 19th.
Got to be there like Michael Jack.
Y'all gotta put clips up on social media so I can.
Oh, of course. And let's see, what other announcements? Oh, June 27th, we have, drum roll please. The Writer's Block presents Mz.KIR's online open mic. June 27th, folks. Okay, you don't want to miss it. The last one was fire, son. It was fire. Okay.
I'm gonna be back on it.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I'd definitely be there.
Yep.
And last week's show with Lee Derek Horn. Okay. 1.7K views. Okay. Show your love for Lee Derek. The Rob Sott and
I got 5 on
North Philly's finest and Haru. Okay.
Yes.
1.7K. Listen, folks, that's a huge number for Mz.KIR.
Yes.
So,
I got 5 on it.
to all the performers, and I mean not the performers, our guests and our co-hosts. Okay.
Yes, boy.
He was in the building. All right, going to the comments real quick. We have Miriam Nisi Hall, aka Butterfly, in the building.
Oh,
Butterfly,
yes.
what's up?
Can I get some ice cream?
Bro, every time the word ice cream is mentioned, she pops up in my.
I'm trying to tell you. And the sprinkles. Gotta have the sprinkles.
Don't forget the chocolate drizzle.
The drizzle for shizzle. I'll never go to Friendly's and look at it the same way.
Wait a minute, where all y'all come from?
Shout outs to Donna Banks, who's in the building. She said, hello, everyone. We also have Teresa Hazel Eyes. She's in the building. Our newest member of the Writer's Block. She's in the building. She says, hey, everyone. Donna Banks said, congratulations. Thanks, Donna. And Butterfly gave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 finger snaps. Yes.
I know it.
We're live with Mz.KIR, folks. I am your host, representing the Writer's Block Poetry Collective, Mz.KIR, capital K-I-R, all caps, capital K-I-R, the poetic lyricist. And that stands for keeping it real. That's what I do. Keep it real in the field.
Yes.
So, we're going to get this party started. We're going to start with Maya the Bee. Maya, tell the folks
Yes, ma'am.
who you are in my Mufasa voice. Maya the Bee, remember who?
Well,
or in her
down.
or in the Shiri or in you know the Queen's voice. No, Maya. Show them who you are.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever.
woo!
Oh man.
I'm over here being bullied by a 1-year-old, y'all.
I see.
I told you, you better lock them in that closet.
Oh man.
I can't make it up. I can't make it up. I promise y'all I can't make it up.
Listen, she just trying to be a part of. She's just trying to be a part of.
No, Gigi want to be herself for 5 minutes.
Oh wow.
All right, tell the folks who you are.
Okay, so yeah, I am Maya the Bee. I am a poet, spoken word artist, mental health and social injustice activist. I am not a professional, but you know, I am trying to get out my box and expand my horizons and get into, you know, some online hosting things. Thanks to you know, Mz.KIR with her professionalism in the StreamYard, you know, introducing me to StreamYard and everything. I'm trying to pull out and see how she do what she do, you know. So I appreciate that, showing me the ropes on that, you know. But yeah. I like everything poetry. Respect to all artists.
Let it go.
So
Power to the poets.
yeah.
Power to the poets.
Okay. North Philly. Those who don't know, they should know who you are. Those who don't know, they've been new to Live with Mz.KIR and they haven't been paying attention. North Philly, tell the folks who you are in my Mufasa voice from the Lion King.
Well, how's about that? It's my turn again. She shouts out the Fife Dog, rest in power, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Trial Call Quest. North Philly's finest, North Philly representative, you know what I'm saying? Spoken word artist, poet, writer, anti gun violence activists and anti-violence activists here in the city of Brotherly Shove. You know what I mean? Trying to give you brotherly love once again. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you don't know me. I am the Black A. McMahon. Yes, you are correct, sir.
Host of Live,
Live
co-host of Live with Mz.KIR.
with Ms.
And
Kid.
now, drum
I give
roll
all
for,
props.
yes, drum roll, folks, for our featured guest, Lady Crucible.
Lady Crucible.
Mayhem. Lady Crucible.
Y'all, what it do? What it do?
Mayhem.
What it do?
Former guest. Tell the folks who you are in my Mufasa voice.
I am Lady Crucible, aka Mistress of Mayhem, aka the Debutante of Destruction, aka Elixir. I could be found on all platforms under Mistress of Mayhem, Lady Crucible. I just be able to tear up shit everywhere. I'll just be everywhere. I'll be everywhere. I am a part of Poet, People of Extraordinary Talent, co-founder Black Ice. I'm also a part of Wolf Hours, aka Word of Mouth, Alpha under Mouthpiece. I'm a part of a writing group called Legendary Inc. I'm just everywhere. I be everywhere. I'm just causing mayhem everywhere. Just everywhere.
That's right.
Just tearing up shit, kicking candles, and tearing up buildings and stuff.
Organized confusion.
King Kong ain't got shit on me. I'm just
organized confusion.
I do chaos catastrophically.
And shout out to Black Ice.
Shout out to Black Ice.
Yes.
All right, folks. So we got to keep this PG-13. Got to keep this PG-13, folks. Let's get this party started.
Save it for the 23rd, Lady Crucible.
Look, you see me over I'm over here switching the page like, yeah, okay, can't read that one. But I think I found the way. I think I found the way to get around it though. This is like a powerful message to me.
Power to the poets.
Power to the poets.
Okay, so Lady Crucible, my first question for you. How did you get into writing poetry?
My mom, actually. My mom had a beautiful handwriting, and I used to just love to watch her write. And I used to just watch her write those simple things. So one day I told her, I was like, Mommy, I want to write just like you. So she was like, I want you to go sit down and I want you to write what's on your heart right now. And bring it back to me. I'm 7, 8 years old. What am I supposed to write? What's on? And then it's like transparent. You're like, you're trying to look in between your chest, like I can't see what's on my heart. But then it was like, you sit there and you think about it. And it's like, oh, okay, I get what she mean now. So I wrote my first piece at 8. And then I started doing little poetry contests at school. When my first piece in 2nd grade made the school newspaper, could nobody tell me nothing. I was famous for like a week. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was the most excited. You talking about at 8 years old? I'm in the newspaper. You ain't never made the newspaper. But that was like a memorable moment. And to be able to go home, I was like, Ma, I did it. And she was like, I told you, you can do anything you put your mind to. And I've been writing ever since.
Wow.
It came to a point. I'm not going to lie. It came to a point, though. When my mom died, I lost my pen for a while. I lost my pen for over 20-some plus years.
Oh, man.
I had stopped writing. And I felt like I was hollow. I was empty. It's like no matter how much people poured in, you could see it coming seeping right back out the hose. It's like there was nothing that could And still right now to this day, it's really still nothing that can fill those holes. So, but it's like when I write now, I write with those words in the back of my head. You can be anything. Never let nobody take your dreams from you. You're writing for you. And I hold on to that.
That's right. That's right.
Exactly.
Yes. Very
You know,
profound.
my
Always.
she told me to never, she told me not to let my voice go silent. She told me not to let my pen go dry. And
That's
man,
right.
she told me that in a dream 3 weeks ago.
Mm.
Oh wow.
That's prolific.
That is.
That is totally prolific.
I think that's so important, though. That's why I always tell people, no matter where this takes me, no matter where this goes, I will always write for me. I
Yeah.
share my stuff. I will share with you, but I will always write for me.
Because at the end of the
So
day, it's your words, it's your feelings, it's your
Right.
emotions. Ain't
it's
nobody tell you
that's the
how
therapy about it. That's the
Yep.
therapy
exactly.
about it.
And
Once
I
they go
tell
away, it
people
stop
like
being therapy.
Yeah.
exactly. I tell
Yeah.
people my pen became my lifeline because I was drowning.
Mm-hmm.
I was stuck. Darkness was like my best friend. We
Mm.
became we're very well acquainted, I shall say.
Mm-hmm.
I feel you on that.
Definitely. That's very poignant. It's like you reached into the inner depths of your soul, and even though you took a hiatus, and that's understandable why you took the hiatus. I mean, like anybody, man. You know, when I lost my mom, I was in the darkest place I would ever conceive.
And see, I
But
think like now, and I tell it's been my June 8th, my mom would have been 74.
wow.
So that kind of brought emotions back. It brought tears. It brought sorrows. But it also brought back memories. You know, I always said I wish I just had that one time where I could hear her voice again. And you know, somebody told me one day, if you close your eyes and just listen to the wind, she talking to you. And I
Mm.
didn't know what that meant. I didn't know what that meant at first until I actually closed my eyes and I listened to the winds. And when you really listen to the winds, you can hear the voice of your ancestors.
Yeah.
Just got to be prepared for it.
That was deep. I might write a poem about that.
That is dope. Seriously. And my condolences to you for the memory of your mom.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
I truly, you know, I battle it, and I'm not gonna even sit here and hold nobody. I'm just now learning how to deal with the acceptance.
Yeah.
So to like other people, they be like, "Girl, your mom been gone 24 years." To you, it's 24 years. To me, it still feel like yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go to the comments real quick. Butterfly gave 1, 2, 3, 4 drums. Teresa Hazelot said, "Power to the poets." And she also said, "Sorry for your loss." Butterfly said, "Light isn't known until the darkness has been shown."
Mm.
That
Ooh,
is true.
butterfly.
That is
Oh,
okay,
right
butterfly.
there.
Look,
Oh,
she just throw a whole. She just threw a whole. I'm gonna have to steal that butterfly. I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need to borrow that. I'm
I
gonna need to
know.
borrow that.
right. Light isn't known until the darkness has shown.
Look.
Jacking
When
for
Butterfly
beats.
done wrote a
and
poem
look, I'm gonna
already
show
up
y'all.
in
Look,
here.
I'm old school with it. I still write on paper. Yes, I still write on
There
Me
paper.
ain't nothing
too.
wrong with that.
Okay, me
That's
too.
true. That's true to the game.
I grabbed that pen, looking for my
Now
paper
she
and
said the
write.
lightness isn't grown until the light. Oh, see, look, I done
Light
got
isn't known until the darkness has been shown.
Ladycrucible, you jacking for beats.
hey.
Ooh, you better copyright that, Mary.
I'm about to say, don't give me that beat, fool. It's a full-time jack move.
And she also said, 3 Purple Hearts, ancestral mothers. Yeah,
Yeah.
indeed. So Maya the B, you have a question for Lady Crucible.
Somebody close my door, Lord Jesus. It sounds like
So what would you consider like how do you phrase this? Like, do you have like a type of style of poetry that you write in? Like what type of like like
free verse. I write everything is freestyle.
well like what type of like what do you like to talk about in your poetry the most? Like what's your like priorities? What gets you motivated the most with your poetry? Like I would say mine's is mostly like topics are mental health and social injustice, and then I have my miscellaneous. So what would you say are your top uh types of poetry that you or
Mine would
spoken
be,
word?
I would say social injustice is one of my biggest. Mental health, um, gun violence, domestic violence. Um, with me, it depends because I could walk down the street and see you trip over a rock and I could write about it.
Mm.
Mm.
And I can give you 25 different ways why this person tripped over this rock. And then turn around and have a conversation with the rock. But I need to know why you just tripped that man. Because that man didn't trip you. You tripped him. Why you do that?
So when you write, and it can be I know it can be a combination of both and everything. So when you write, do you write mostly on like real experiences that you've gone through, or do you write on like metaphors and
A
imagination?
lot of my pieces, I can actually do. I'm versatile, so I could do a combination of a lot of things. I can, like, one day, I'm gonna say about a year ago when I got back into poetry, like the end of 2022, 23. I seen a man and a woman arguing on the phone. I had the slightest idea what they was arguing about, but I wrote a piece about it on what I thought they were arguing about. And people was like, "How did you do that?" I don't know. I just be doing shit.
Oh, so you just
Like I
imagine
could,
you just
a lot of my, I just go off the wing. Like a lot of the times, I could just be sitting here, like I'm sitting here now, and I could have a thought, and the thought could be something simple, something goofy, something stupid. I could be watching a skit in the movie, and it'd be like, "Did this dumbass nigga just run around the corner?" So he ain't had no law and order when he ran around that corner, knowing that them niggas all around the other block was coming to get him. And it's like my thoughts they just come from anywhere. Like I could just be sitting here. I literally sat here and wrote a piece about my cat one day, y'all.
Okay. Got to hear that, John. I love to hear about that.
I just be thinking.
Okay.
I be over here thinking of all types.
I know that's got to be the
social injustice. Social injustice though is like my biggest thing, especially now that we got Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs in office.
Sheesh.
Yeah, that's my nickname for him.
Yeah, that's about right.
But,
that's about right.
You know, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, we got to stand for us, just like they stand for them. We got to stand for us. But it's like, how do we get? How can I put this?
It's hard when a lot of when a lot of us ain't for us though.
It's like, how do you get? How do you get the Gucci wearing? I don't wear nothing but Jordans, and ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do until you pop Dennis. What we gonna do? Y'all just gonna let them do on me like that? But wait a minute, you was just, you know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, you can't have it both ways now. Which way you gonna let the scale tip?
Yeah.
And how far are we gonna keep letting it tip into their favor instead of outweighing the outpost and making it fall and tip where it needs to really fall and tip at?
Yeah.
I don't teeter top. I'm walking through your front line. I'm bold. You shoot me, I promise you, gonna swallow the bullet, not me.
That is dope.
It ain't gonna even penetrate my skin. Because see, I walk with this special shield of armor. And see, this shield of armor that you think you can see is not penetratable, baby. Like I said, King Kong ain't got nothing on me. I done treated these streets. I done did this.
I know that's what I was saying. Like, that's a dope ass line.
If you don't spit some bars, all right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just how my mind be thinking. And believe it or not, y'all wouldn't believe my mind racist like hell.
Wow.
Wow.
So ain't no telling what I'm gonna put on paper.
Wow.
Yeah, my brain does that.
You know, I had you know, one thing I have learned in this industry is to never piss off a poet.
Right.
Never. Yeah.
You know, I was self-advocating on content creators post about the Carmelo Anthony situation.
Mm-hmm.
And the man said, "You a dumbass Negro." I said, "Oh." First off, excuse me. First off, don't nobody even use that term anymore. We bypassed that. You know, we way past. Who raised you? First off. So he kept talking and he kept talking. Okay, hold on. Hold that thought. Give me a second. Because I see you ain't learned your motherfucking lesson yet. I see.
Mm-hmm.
So is that the best you got? So, like, is that the best you got? The word nigga is all that can come out your mouth, but yet you mad because I just said somebody your mama should have swallowed you instead of having your dumb ass. What you mad at me? What you mad at me for?
Okay.
See, you was born you was born in that era, mama's baby, possibility of daddy's maybe. Or could you be the milk? Or could you be the milkman's baby?
Oh, ouch!
Which route we going?
Oh boy!
Like I told him, see, you playing with me, but what you don't realize is, I don't have to go earn the possibility of becoming the GOAT, nigga. I was born the GOAT. You better go check my astrology line before I choke your throat. I don't even understand anything you're fucking saying. My whole point exactly. Leave me the hell alone before I kill you with my words.
You about to make Mz.KIR get a bleep button.
I know, like the sounds you're about to hear.
I mean, you know,
devastating to your ears.
They say sometimes, what they say sometimes, you know, you got to come out and show a little ass sometimes, just, you know, so people can know who you are. What? Don't do that. Don't play with me. I'm not to be played with.
I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke.
Ooh.
Okay, Miriam. I see you over there keeping it going. Okay.
She said, mentally composing when most are asleep, still snoring.
Yeah.
Exactly. I have jumped. It's been. I mean, I still do it today. I still wake up at 3, 4 in the morning with a thought, and I'm up with pencil and paper. People are like, "What is you doing? Woke? I'm writing. Go on somewhere. You in my thoughts. Go on somewhere now." It's like when I love to write though. Writing is a passion for me.
That's definitely what's up. That's like the most important thing. I mean, you keep flowing and keep growing with your words.
Absolutely.
And then I love to play with words too. So.
Yeah,
that's the best part.
Yeah, I love that wordplay. Love that wordplay. When you hit that, ooh, when you hit that verse, when you get that verse, and you don't even, especially when you don't even mean to do it, and you read it back, and it's like, ooh, did you just say?
Be like, damn, did I write
that?
I got damn, where'd that come from?
You know, you hit,
okay.
When you hit that dope line with an alliteration in the middle, like I have this famous line that I love, and people still trying to figure out today, how did I put these words together? In the line, I says monologues miraculously move mountains for me. They said what? Wait, did you just say monologues? But how did you make the monologues miraculously move mountains for you? See, if you was in my head at that moment when I wrote it,
Yeah, you would
you
see
could
where you're
probably
coming
actually,
from.
you know, I tell people my door's open. I will allow you to tap dance inside my head. Now, if you get lost, that is not my fault. But you gonna find your way out eventually.
That's so. That is loud.
Here we
I
go
dig
again.
it.
The sidewalk concerts.
I can dig that.
That is loud. Yeah, I dig that as well. That's totally digging that.
Mm-hmm. North Philly, you have a question for Lady Crucible?
I most certainly do. So, given the fact of what you just said, whereas where you derive a lot of your inspiration from, um, where do you see, you know, other realms of poetry that you may not have touched? Because I've heard. I mean, I bear witness to the onslaught that is you. I would say. So, is there um any area that you haven't touched, or any area that you won't touch?
Hmm. There's an area that I need to touch that
Okay.
I won't touch. I'm gonna touch because I know I need to touch it.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Cause like.
finally, I'm finally expressing my emotions.
Okay.
I'm not really an emotional. I'm emotional, but I don't like expressing my emotions.
Okay.
It's like if I tell you I'm angry, just be accept the fact that I'm angry, and I don't need you to know what level or degree. I'm just know I'm angry. But then it's like, you know, when you really start knowing and learning the levels of poetry, and when you angry, you start to learn your levels of anger. And I'm just gonna say mine's been off the Richter scale for a very, 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 very long time.
But
And
do you channel that anger into something that's, I mean, incomparable?
it took me a long time to get there. Cause at first, I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. And there's a lot of poets. There's a couple of poets that have experienced this journey with me. When I
Mhm.
first got back into doing poetry, oh my God, I cried. I cried. I was the biggest, Lord forgive my French and my mouth. I was the biggest fucking crybaby ever because every piece I wrote was dark. A life experience. Oh, I'm sorry.
She's trying to
I am so sorry.
Okay. Okay. It's all
I
right
be
to
forgetting.
cry. It's all right to
And I
let it out.
watch my. But you know, I had a couple of poets. You know, shout out to Geronimo Tat. You know, I never forget what he told me. He said, sis, you know, at the end of the day, right now, I see what you're doing. This your pain. Let it out. And it's like, okay, how do I let this out without crying all the time? Because you know, you don't want to keep going on stage and then you might hear that one voice, oh my God, here she comes, she crying again. Okay, let me cry. I was hurtful at that moment. I went through a whole lot of stuff like you gotta be doing this stuff to me. And, it's like now I don't even want to read no more. But then it was like my nerves. I'm a very, very nervous person. So it's like when I'm ready to go, it's like let me go right at that moment. Because if I can't, like my very first performance, my very first live, I'm talking about on a live stage. Whoo, yeah. See what had happened was I had got up there and I mad y'all, I don't have nothing in my memory. Nothing. Because I can't my mind race so much, it's hard for me to try to remember, but I'm working on it. And I got up there and it was like, okay, read it, hurry up, get it over with. and I'm reading it, and I'm hurrying up, and I'm not getting it over with because I'm stumbling. And it's like, dang. And it was like, you know what? I'm gonna just go and sit down. They no, we not doing that today. You know, shout out to Lottie Deshay. You know, my very first push in the real open mic world came from her. She you got this, Queen. On up there. And you know, the people that's sitting around me, imagine I don't know a lot of these people from Adam and Eve. I'm nervous. I'm talking about, and we around a bonfire match.
I can dig that.
Very beautiful experience. Mm-hmm. She told me, she said, breathe. She said, I want you to take a deep breath. She said, and I want you to gather yourself. She said, and when you're ready to go, spit. So I stood there. I'm looking at all these people. I feel like that kindergartner that's being brought the new kid in the classroom. It's like I'm standing there, my hands are sweating. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Clear my voice. I'm going to take this deep breath. And I'm going to go and give it a shot. If I mess up, I mess up. It is what it is. I could always try again next time. Mm-hmm. And I started spitting. Like it went so smoothly. Evidently, I had been doing something right. Either that or my mama was in that pit at that moment. Because when I started spitting, y'all, the fire. This was like, when I'm talking about, you talking about an amazing moment. Mm-hmm. The fire. See the actual blue embers of the flame. And it was like, I did that. I ain't do that. That wasn't me.
That was you.
No, I ain't do that. And they know that's all you. They was like, somebody here was with you. Somebody was holding your hand. And I started to cry. And they was like, are you okay? And I was like, wow. So you do be with me everywhere I go. Because my mama was standing there holding my hand and I didn't even know it. But she let me know she was there in the sparks of the flames. And it was just like, wow.
So she's always with you, like, no matter what. She's always with you.
Always, no matter, always. And I think she definitely be with me when I be guiding my pen. She be making me start over still, even in death. Because I scratch out and I still find myself falling that piece of paper, starting over. Because why she do not? No, we don't do that. We ain't turning no homework in like that.
Wow.
Wow, that is so loud, man. I mean, you are the dopest, Lady Crucible. If I can revisit the 5 mics from the source, I'm gonna give you 10, straight up.
10 mics.
Hey,
5 pins. Okay.
Yeah, 5 pins. Yes. I mean, give you 10 pins.
Hey, I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah. Indeed.
I be trying to keep my pen out here in these streets.
Got to keep it sharp and come straight from the heart.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely do.
Yeah, absolutely. So Butterfly said, the best is when the pen makes you leave, then come. Words travel with the flow from the tongue. Butterfly's on the road. She just
I see it. I look at it like, well.
I mean, it's like I'm starting to want to ask Miss Butterfly, does she have a question for me? Because it's like, you know,
right?
you reading me over here.
You have a question for her?
It's not too many people. It's not too many people that can do that. You know what, Miss Butterfly, do you be watching over me at night? Because it's not too many people that know me that don't know me like that. That's wow.
Yeah.
I don't run into too many people like that.
I'm reading the comments that she's spitting like fire. Like I'm like, man, I'm taken aback by the whole joint.
Mm-hmm. She said DNA is with you always, and she said yes.
It definitely is. I swear it flows. It definitely flows. And it's like I find myself now too, now that I'm older, I find a lot of my mom in me now. Mm-hmm. And it's like, no, that was not supposed to happen, but it happened.
Okay.
It's actually kind of a beautiful thing, though.
That is a beautiful
Definitely a
thing.
beautiful thing. I got too many.
Yeah.
You know what, Miss Butterfly, and I definitely am. I am going to take that challenge. I'm gonna start on
All
it
right.
tonight when I'm done.
Butterfly done gave Lady Crucible a little poetic challenge. All right.
Yeah, all
I
right. All
try.
right.
Hey, I'm
All right.
always open to a
Challenge.
challenge.
That's what's up,
Challenge.
Butterfly. Okay. Yes. Shout out to Poessence. Poessence, girl, where you at? Poessence, where you at?
She's gonna pop up eventually.
Maya, the bee. You have another question for Lady Crucible?
And when we gonna let her spit?
That
Good
part.
question. Lady Crucible.
That part.
Can you share?
Yes,
Boom,
man.
press. All right, we're going to drum roll it, folks. Drums in the comments. Drum roll, folks, for Lady Crucible, Mr.
Lady Crucible.
All right, y'all. This piece is actually speaking to Mama. Shout out to Strategy the Poet for this prompt. Mama, I'm trying to change. I'm gonna change a few words around. I know I was messed up. Became a natural mess up. Did some things I'm not proud of. Kept you worried and discouraged. Didn't realize just how much I was hurting you. Became a degenerate in these streets. Did my best not to be laid bare on cold concrete under a sheet. Didn't want to leave in a body bag, but I didn't want your last memory to be a toe tag. I couldn't and wouldn't stain your heart with that hurtful feeling. See, at a young age, I thought the streets had meaning. Never paid attention to the consequences. Been pounding my feet on concrete since I was a youngin'. That bloodthirst of the hustle, putting in that muscle, money was flowing, pockets was growing. Proper preparation prevented poor performance. Mama, I know I was stubborn as hell. Promised you that I was gonna change. Then I slipped back down that slippery slope again. This time, I'm knee deep in. Committed more sin. I had 99 problems, and the streets became one. A cruel son of a gun. No excuses for all the things I've caused. Had to think twice. I burned bridges that I can't come across. All my hope was lost. This came at a cost. I'm trying to change, but things just haven't been the same. I feel so drained from holding the rain. I danced in the rain, soaked from all this pain. Roll with no paddles, those upstream battles. The monstrosity of it all. Mama, I'm sorry for not listening to your every word. You never steered me wrong. Mama, I'm trying to change. I just wish you was here to see it today.
Man,
Wow.
that was yo. That was just so. It was moving.
It was.
It moved my soul, man. That's
It did.
wow. That was deep.
I can admit, I can admit that I wasn't the perfect child. I was bad as hell. I was. I did things that I'm not proud of today. And it's like, again, I'm learning how to accept and deal with my mom's death now.
Yeah,
And this letter was basically an apology
I felt that.
Yeah.
I definitely
because I
felt that.
never got the chance. I never got that chance to say I'm sorry.
Mm.
And if, Mama, if you can hear me and see me today, I promise you I'm sorry for everything I put you through.
She knows.
I wish you was here to see the woman that I've come today. Because without you, there ain't no life worth living anyway.
But she made you who you are right now.
That's right.
And that's powerful in itself.
Yes.
And
So
I
she
had
knows.
to. It was an uphill battle, but I'm learning how to accept it, how to deal with it, and how to finally release the agony, release the pain. But at the same time, it took me 20 years. But I can finally sit here as a woman today and take accountability for the things that I've done in the past, but at the same time, accept the things that I can't change.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was
What
hard. I'm not going to lie. It was hard. Writing
What you
this
were
piece. It
then
was
is
real
not
hard.
who you are now.
Right.
What you were then is not who you are now. Who you are now is a product of what your mom put in you. And then everybody felt that, John.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. Butterfly gave you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 finger snaps and 3 purple hearts. Teresa Hazel Eyes gave you 1, 2, 3, 4 finger snaps and said virtual hug to you. Butterfly said the making of you is a part of the process. Stand in your mirror to see her smile when you smile.
Amen. Amen.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I need to
Amen.
hit it.
Yeah, that was a very deep and touching poem.
Insightful. Very insightful.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah, it took cool. It took me. It's not even so much as the fact that it took me days to write it. I had the words. It was just hard getting it out.
Yeah.
I think I ran through 60 sheets of paper.
Mm.
Wow.
Wow.
That's how hard I cried. That's how hard I cried.
Mm.
And I just had to keep starting over and keep starting
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
And I finally got it out.
My heart
Butterfly
goes out to you.
But this was a heavy weight off my chest. I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a heavy weight.
it can.
Yep. My heart goes out to you, Ladycrucible. My heart goes out to you.
Mhm.
I mean,
I try to stay strong every day. Knowing I know that she's with me and she's watching over me and she's proud of me.
yep.
And I'm just happy that even though she can't see it physically, she can finally see the woman that she raised me to be.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
Yes.
'Cause, a few years ago, I had wrote a poem called "I Survived." I had to dig into my emotions for that one, and a couple of days ago, I was like, I've been through some stuff since then,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, I think I need to write an "I Survived" part 2. About to just dig in, let it rip.
That's it. You
Yeah.
gotta let it go. You gotta let it all
Hey,
flow out.
let it go. Definitely got to let it out.
Definitely.
And that's one thing I am definitely learning to do because I have a tendency of bottling everything in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm tired of feeling like a ticking time bomb.
Right.
And it's in my head, it's all I hear is tick, tick. Somebody gonna tick me off. The bomb, it's like the time is ticking. It coming for. It's like, yeah, I'm tired of feeling like that. I'm tired of just. I want to feel normal, even though normal is not really a word, but
Mm-hmm.
I want to feel like I want to get up and smile with the sun. I want to be able to smile because I have a reason to smile, not because it's a persona or
Right.
it's a facade. It's time. I'm ready to take off the mask. Been hiding for so long. I'm here. This is me.
Right.
I don't know what else to show anybody. I can't give you nothing but me.
And you can't be nobody else but you. And
That's
who
right.
you are is more
I mean,
beautiful than a trillion sunrises.
Mhm.
and I try my best every day, man. People don't know. I didn't lick the edges of hell.
Mm.
I didn't been dangling from the ledge years. Still dangling. Still trying to find a way to pull myself back up, but I'm not gonna quit. I
Right.
refuse
Yeah.
to let mental health beat me. I refuse to let society label me as a statistic.
That's
So
right.
I fight.
Rise to the occasion, man. You rise to the occasion and represent.
That's right.
And you don't relent. You just keep going. And then you can show
And I
those, naysayers that you can overcome any obstacle. And you have. And you continue to do so.
Mhm. I know
and I always
somebody
promise my mama that I will.
out there needed to hear this.
Ain't no question. No question. Absolutely.
And that's one of my main goals is to be the voice for those that are afraid to speak or for those that don't have a voice. Because we
Yeah.
never know what somebody's going through.
Yep.
We walk around here and we feel like we better than the next. When a lot of us, if you really be transparent with it, your pain is you're hiding your pain, but yet this person is pouring out their pain, but yet they're criticized as, oh, she doing too much, but make it make sense.
Right.
It's like,
Yep.
how can you tell a person how to feel, especially if you've never walked a mile in their shoes?
Absolutely. Yep.
Totally agree. Totally. And with that being said, can you do another poem for us? Well, let me get
Yes.
prepared first. You know what I'm
Yeah, I did.
saying?
Man.
Well, I
It's,
like to hear. I want to hear you spit.
Drum roll for
Hmm.
Ladycrucible, Mistress of Mayhem, on live with Mz.KIR.
Let's get it.
y'all got me over here digging in the I'm literally over here digging in the archive.
Digging
You
them
know what? I'm gonna
grapes.
get this is something I wrote this. I wrote this one on my daughter's birthday. Um, it's titled Black Boy. Black boy be target because black boy skin be darker. So black boy become problem, surrounded by cowards. Black boy complied, hands behind his back, claimed it was justified, gave this fictitious storyline they feared for their lives. Police officers became agents of death. Black boy body lay cold on concrete slab as badges dripped the blood of black boy's life. They take it with stride. Some do it with pride, showing us that prejudice side. But see, black boy killed in the camera's eye. Tears flows from a mother's eyes as she's yelling to the sky, hands raised high, asking, God, why? She just want to know why. Just why did my black son have to die? Pigs claim it's justified. Body cam proves otherwise. Lies after lies. Black boy death be unjustified. He didn't even get televised. They've been doing this since the beginning of time. Tired of black boy dying all the time. When will the police pay the price for taking black boy's life? They say racism doesn't exist no more. But black man, black boy sacrificed by the badge of honor, choked, knee on necks, then tasered to death, adding another trophy on their shelf, leaving families fragile and broken, picking up the pieces of nothing, leaving voids that's empty when evil's still patrolling the city. But enough is enough. When will Black boys' life matters just as much?
Yo, that was totally dope, man. It was just the fattest poem. I mean, that just reached out and grabbed you from the get go.
Mm-hmm. Donna
You
Banks
know,
gave
it's like,
you 3 drums. Teresa Hazel Eyes gave 1, 2, 3, 4 finger snaps, and Donna Banks gave you 1, 2, 3, 4 finger snaps, and Butterfly gave you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7
Yeah.
snaps, and the fist pump.
Yes.
you
Yeah.
know, it's time. I live in Chicago. I'm from Chicago. And I see stuff like this every day. You know, Black boy walking down the street just because he got dreads and a backpack on, he's selling drugs. Whole time. He's 14 years old coming from football practice, but yet you don't want to believe that's where he's coming from. We just had here about a couple of weeks ago, young black boy, 19 years old. No, he wasn't even 19. He was 17. Killed. 4 times. Just shot him. Police just opened fire. But you can't give us a reason why. See, my thing, living in this city, like I tell a lot of people, y'all can continue to keep thinking it's the gangs versus the gangs. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to say 45% of the time, yeah, it's the gangs versus gangs. But the biggest gangbangers wear what? A badge and a blue uniform.
Absolutely.
And it's becoming tiresome. It's like, and you know, it's like since, let me see, Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I had to remember the nickname I gave him.
Orange Man.
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Y'all remember No
really
King's Day tomorrow.
Puffs.
Yep.
Hey.
Orange Man X. Not Dark
And this
Man,
is one of the
Orange
reasons
Man
why
X.
I wish right now I was in your city, because I would read this piece in your city at that day. Because my thing is this. Y'all claim we're such a problem. So I have a question. More like a solution. Everybody said we can't come up with a solution. Close my door back. Y'all seen the little boy just come in here and steal my chips
Yep,
off
I
my
see.
video run out my room?
Yeah.
Came in and went
I
back
can't
out.
make this up, but I love it. But you know, it's like they
That's
say
funny.
come up with a solution. So I got a solution. My solution is, why don't y'all give us back what we already had? That way we can be out y'all hair. Y'all ain't got to worry about us. We was already out y'all hair. But y'all found a way to pull us in the middle. When you took everything from us and forced us to bow down to your plan that y'all had already stole from us, why we got to listen to you? What we listening to you for? What makes you different than me? Our skin color. So let me take the tip of a blade, and I want you to cut your arm right here, and I'm going to cut my arm right here. What color do we bleed, sir? The same color. If people ain't paid attention, the blood is blue in your system until you cut it open and the air hit it and it becomes red. I'm gonna really need these people to really figure out life. Because just because Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs told y'all he gonna give y'all immunity, that don't mean just go out here and put these on next because you think you can. But like I said, they don't care until it becomes one of theirs. And then it's a problem. But what about ours? Y'all been doing this to us for centuries. All it did was change with the time. That's all it did.
Yep.
They was doing this on horse and wagons, barefooted with no shoes. It's like, when is it gonna stop? Enough is enough. Every day now in the news, we losing babies by the day, by the minute, by the second. Again, when is it gonna stop? You know, the government complain about the guns, but ain't y'all the ones that's dropping them off in the communities and giving them to us? We wouldn't have this problem if y'all wasn't supplying us with it. Y'all, I mean, what do y'all think? If you put an animal in a cage and let him out, what's gonna happen when he come out? He ain't gonna know how to act, right? Because he been caged for so long.
Preach it.
I'm telling y'all, everybody, no matter where you at, everybody, no matter where you at, y'all have a No Kings event, a No Kings Day somewhere near y'all. Because it's a national protest. It's going to be one of the largest anti-Trump protests there has been yet.
I think ours is going to be downtown, if I'm not mistaken.
Ours is tomorrow.
Everybody's is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Everybody's is tomorrow. So just find out where yours is.
Yeah.
Like ours is at City Hall in Dallas.
Yeah.
Dallas City Hall. So from 12 to 2.
Oh yeah. So
just find out where y'all are.
Yeah, that means my City Hall is downtown.
It may not be at your City Hall. Just find out. Just I think man, I gotta find out the organization site. It shows you. It tells you. Just Google it. Just Google No Kings. It'll tell you. It'll give you a location where the nearest location where they protesting at by you. So.
And be on the lookout too for a lot of social media platforms. There's going to be a lot of Kings dripping too on different black platforms. Juneteenth as well.
Mm-hmm.
I've been seeing a lot of flyers, different flyers rather.
NoKings.org. So get on NoKings.org. Okay. It'll show you where your nearest protest is tomorrow.
Because here in Philly we have the Odunde Festival. That's coinciding with the No Kings. You know what I'm saying? And then we're going to have the joint for Juneteenth coming up. I mean, but Odunde is like
they trying to erase that.
They trying to erase his little birthday party, man, that he trying to have for himself, yo. Trying to make himself like a king.
I would too if I'm trying to bring it. I would too if I'm bringing 500. What are you bringing? What are you bringing 500 military tanks to your birthday party in Washington for? Please explain that. Please. I need somebody again. Why is Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs even still here?
Listen, for somebody who say that he ain't a king, ain't that what kings do? They have their royal court, you know what I mean, whole parades and all that stuff. Monarchs do that.
Real talk. That's exactly what Hitler did.
Thank you.
I mean, real talk. I mean,
thank you.
You know, Hitler was bad at real talk. That's what Hitler did.
That's exactly what he did. I mean, it's no question about it.
Let's go back to the fake gunshot. You know, when he got shot in the ear, y'all didn't see what he threw up in the air while everybody was tossing. Look at that. He talking about more power to the people. No, he's not, nigga. He said all hell Hitler.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, fascism.
I'm trying to figure out how was he able to even do that, and he just lost half his ear. Because did anybody notice that he still got both ears?
That thing grew back.
It grew back real quick, girl. Real quick.
I guess they had
before the next debate. They had to go back to remember the movie. Okay, North Philly, y'all old enough to remember this movie. Remember the movie Face Off with
of course.
That's how I said they had that mouse with the ear. They threw that mouse. They put that mouse. That ear on that mouse.
Yeah, I remember that joint.
So that's so I guess that's what they did to Trump. This the killer part though, y'all. He only had 20 minutes to get to his next destination, so they met him on the plane, and he was sitting there. And I'm talking about the ear was grown by the time he got off the plane. I'm just saying.
But I mean,
he could hear real good. He could hear real good.
But I mean, Holyfield had a lot of money. He couldn't get a rat to grow his ear though. Why his ear still chopped off like that?
Man, Tyson did it off and kept it for a memorabilia, and they still didn't have his ear grow.
Mike did like this. He said, he spit that joint right up on the canvas.
But you can still see the bite marks where his ear was ripped off at.
Look, that man had me grabbing my ears after he did that. I mean,
Mike was like,
but it's the fact that
he's like, I'm sorry, Evander. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was hungry. That's all. Your
I'm
ear was the
sorry.
nearest thing.
If you would have just took the punch and just laid down, I wouldn't have had to bite your ear, man. I wouldn't have had to bite. I was home. They didn't feed me before the fight. Stop talking to me, man. Talk. I was trying to apologize over here.
They couldn't grow an ear in that. They couldn't grow an ear in that pigment though.
Nah.
Wrong
color.
This one thing. Wait. No,
Right,
wait.
brother,
This
wrong
one thing.
color.
No, this one thing. Hold on. Wait. So y'all was able to clone Trump's ear, but I'm like, y'all, Holyfield couldn't get his ear cloned. We cloned sheep. Y'all done cloned dogs. Y'all done created biochemical animals and fruits and vegetables. And y'all growing meats and labs. And y'all mean to tell me y'all just left Holyfield running around like that? That man can't hear not a word now. Well, can't hear nothing.
he
just got that man.
He got a shark bite right there next to his ear. He got a Tyson bite right next to his ear.
But they sold Trump's up 20 minutes before he got off the plane. Ain't that about the boy? Mr. Taco Man.
Orange Man X. X gonna give it to you. He gonna
generation stop playing. That's generation stop playing too much.
Oh man.
That's generation stop playing too much.
Oh my
Speaking
God.
of whoever's supposed to be on detail, make sure y'all change his pull up before he gonna stand on somebody else's stage. I'm just saying. He wear extra large depends. He depending on who finna come play next.
Oh man.
They tired of it. They say he's so you know how they say they've been showing the videos where they say he been talking smack about people. He walk up on people talking about some. He'll laugh and how you doing, and then make his little smart comments talking about some. Oh, they smell like poop. And the whole time it's you. You smelling yourself, fool. That sounds like smelling it everywhere I go because it's following you.
He need to get the Depends with the flower scent. He need to get the Depends with the flower
lavender.
Lavender potpourri.
You over here talking about
potpourri
he need a can of Febreze. He need an automatic dispenser because it can dispense every 2 seconds. Every 2 seconds. Every 2 seconds.
Oh man.
Because I could just if that's what his behind smell like, I can imagine what his breath smell like. I don't need to go that far.
Orange Man.
I mean, he already talked like he got diarrhea. The man talked like he got diarrhea at the mouth. I'm just saying.
I just be noticing stuff. She said that's the whole government and rich people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she ain't lying.
That's a shame. It's a shame how they run this country to the ground. I mean, it's just a shame, man. It's like you try to hold on every day, and all you can do is maintain through this. That's all we can do is maintain through this. Because we got 3 more years with this Joker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's a sad fact across the whole country.
You got this whole country, and out of everybody, this who we pick? Or I didn't pick them, but this who y'all pick? Out of everybody in this whole country,
I'm just gonna say this here. I'm just gonna say I hope y'all happy. Y'all got what y'all wanted. I hope don't come crying later. Look, I'm gonna just say this here. Don't ask her. My mama said I can't give away no sugar, no butter, no eggs. I ain't got nothing for you. Go over there, holler at your homeboy. Go knock on his door. Because there's gonna be a lot of people knocking at his door. A whole lot of them. It's gonna be like The Walking Dead because they're gonna tear that house down brick by brick. There's gonna be a lot of folks over because that's a disappointment. How do you put a disappointment in the White House?
That's crazy.
Mr. Taco Man.
It's like the only ice I like is in my glass, not knocking at my door. That's how I mean.
You know what?
That's how it's going down.
You know what? I've been watching that too, and that's another thing. They've been doing a lot of illegal stuff. The lady that's running that part right now, they gonna grab her. Somebody gonna grab her. Somebody gonna grab her. Because first off, what y'all doing is illegal.
Yep.
Y'all over here grabbing the ones that's legal or the ones that's coming from court that's been proven that they have the right to be here. Y'all kidnapping these people and still deporting them. So my question is, why we talking about immigrants? Says the immigrant that's deporting immigrants.
Yeah.
Because Trump, what are you? You are immigrant. Because what is your mama, your daddy, your great granddaddy, his daddy before that? They were all immigrants.
Immigrants.
So what does that make you an immigrant bastard? I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? My bad. I let my tongue slip.
Beep.
But it's just. I watched just sitting on Instagram. I watched on Instagram. It was a shame. Seriously. I mean, and no BS, y'all. This like really hurt me. My mama didn't raise me to see color. So prejudice, that word don't fit in my vocabulary. But to see hundreds of parents running out of their own children's kindergarten graduations, having to leave them behind because the child is legal and they're not. Or what about the little boy named Gomez right now, who's 9 years old?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Deported him, y'all. They didn't traffic this boy, but they don't want to call it trafficking, but it's trafficking because y'all took him to Texas. What y'all taking to Texas for?
Exactly.
And now he's finally back with his dad. But y'all took this now. Y'all just gave him the most traumatic ordeal of his life. He's only 9. To hear that baby speak, I was scared. I was terrified. I didn't know what they were going to do with me. I thought I don't know. I didn't know if I was going to die. I just want to be with my family. It's like, are y'all for real? Man. Y'all pulling up on graduations and stuff like, is we for real? And then you got to pay attention because you got those that's out here pretending to be fake ICE. When they're robbing, they're going in there telling these people they ICE, and they robbing these Mexicans and taking them for everything they got. But the question is, what do y'all take these people at afterwards? That's the question I got. Because what? That it just don't make no sense. It don't. And that's where a lot of my thoughts come from.
We becoming a police state.
That's where overnight. A lot of my thoughts come from.
It's a police state. I mean, like, look at it this way, and it's just a funny side of it. Anytime they deport Speedy Gonzalez, come on, man. I mean, Speedy Gonzalez do nothing to nobody. You know what I mean? He's the fastest mouse in all Mexico, but he wasn't fast enough to beat ICE. I'm trying to tell you.
First off.
Yeah, I mean, how you going to deport Speedy Gonzalez, yo?
Yo, how you gonna deport Dora to the store, man? Dora ain't did nothing to nobody. She was just trying to,
on his way across the border. He was like, Arriba.
Exactly, Arriba, under there. Shoot. You should have been like, Arriba, I better go the other way. There go ICE.
You know what?
Vámonos.
You know, when it comes to this city, and we all know what Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs is trying to become. Yeah. You ain't gonna even have a thought process long enough to even try to I'm gonna knock on a whole bunch of wood. I'm stomping on floors. Even if you became a dictator, you ain't gonna even have a thought process or a conscience to even know what to do when you get it. You're just gonna be sitting there. They're gonna be in there feeding them applesauce out of a spoon in a tube and still changing pull-ups. Tell us some, hold on, the president will be in 3 minutes. And then he gonna get up there just like Bad was. Hi, y'all. How y'all doing? Yeah, it's supposed to be something like that. Yeah,
Oh,
no. All I'm gonna say is I throw my hands up and I'm gonna just sit back. And I'm gonna just watch it. And when y'all take Trump, take Diddy with y'all, put them all in the same cell because they all belong over there together.
Oh, no, Diddy. Oh, I'll tell you, if Orange Man X.
And the only reason why I say throw him over there with him because y'all using him to distract us from him. No, stop playing with us. Stop doing that.
Hey, wait a
We
minute.
know what Diddy did. He in court now. Let him have his day. He going to jail, hell jail, whatever you want to. It's gonna be a plenty enough baby oil down there for him when he get there. I promise.
He ain't going to jail.
Wait a
He ain't
minute.
going.
Yeah,
He ain't going to jail. They not. I
no,
mean,
he going.
Oh,
they're
man.
not prosecuting them for
they
that.
ain't
Was for
done.
what they should be prosecuting them for. They just make. I mean, he's a bad person. I mean, they showing how he's a bad person, but they're not showing the evidence that they need to show to actually send him to jail. So he ain't going to jail. He just gonna get out and he's gonna be a dirtbag. I mean, all this
No,
crap
they ain't doing it. But see, that's because the original. We can go off to what they call freak off videos, but now evidently, I'm gonna say this. Evidently, they must have bought something here in the play here recently where the defense is dying and fighting to have it removed. This just came out here a couple of days ago. Yeah, Diddy and them fighting, but the prosecution, and it's like Pac-Man in here. Yeah, they own it. This the thing that people ain't realizing. You know what kept Diddy even after the little fact? He could have got out on bond. Y'all know what held him in there? What's keeping him there? And people not paying attention, even though they, it ain't. It's more than just the baby oil. See, this the thing, and people gonna criticize me.
I mean,
for saying this. People gonna criticize me for saying this. Diddy not in jail because of what he did, and we all know what he did was all the way effed up, effed down, effed around. He didn't effed a lot of people over and did a whole lot of things that we know he should have been locked up for over 30 years ago.
Yeah, ain't no question.
That's not the main reason he in jail. He ain't in jail because of what he did. Just like R. Kelly not in jail for what he did. Just like Bill Cosby didn't go to jail for what he did. I mean, because come on, how y'all go all the way back to the 60s and then charge this man in 2000 and 20 something? Is these people even still living? Like this statute of limitations, it's a propaganda. See, if people
I'm still mad. Hold up. I'm still mad they prosecuted Bill Cosby, but they let the dude from the daddy from Seventh Heaven get away with kitty touching.
Let me tell you why.
Big mad about that.
Oh my goodness.
Let me tell you why. Again, this goes into the propaganda of things. See, you got to catch the propaganda. You got to go underground. You got to go put your ears to the ground underground. You know why Bill Cosby really went to jail?
The Jello pudding.
Want to hear the No, it wasn't Jello pudding. It was something that he had that they wanted. Know his house. He has a house. It's a mansion.
Yeah.
That sits on an oil mine. They want it. The government want it. So what we gonna do? Because I'm still trying to figure out how y'all took some crimes that he did back in the 50s and 60s, and y'all charged him in 2020 something, and the man like 90 some years old,
and put him in jail.
They wanted what they put him in jail because what we do, we want what he got. Yeah. So we can't get at him this way. If he not gonna give it willingly, we're gonna take it unwillingly. We're going to throw him in jail. We're going to throw all these charges on him. We're going to make him have to spend every dime he got in the bank, where he's going to have to be forced to do what? Sell that house. Why? Yeah. Because there's oil up under there. They want that. The government want that wherever they can get their hands on. Like R. Kelly. You want to know why R. Kelly really sitting in jail? It ain't because he trafficked no girls. Imagine these the parents that sold their children to him. So I'm trying to figure out how he in the wrong. Imagine they were minors when they sold them to him. Hey. And R. Kelly now that they're 18, I ain't got to pay for them no more. They grown now. They can make their own decisions. Hey. But the reason
now he's still trying to get out. He's still trying to get out.
And eventually they're gonna have to let him out because when it's all said and done, it's another. R. Kelly is also sitting in jail because of something he has that they want. And what is that?
I mean, but they had the video of R. Kelly pissing on the girl, so
that's not
that's
him, hon.
But
That's
anyway,
not him.
but
No.
Out of
No
all
bullshit.
this though,
The person that turned him in, that's his brother. That's his brother. His brother is the one with the mole on the back.
But regardless, lest we never forget that we can always hold one over their head. We can always hold at least one over their head. We got away with one.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not condoning
we got away
anything
with one.
he did. Right.
Hold on.
I ain't saying what he did was
North
right.
Philly, you know what I'm talking about?
I dig, like I said, I'm digging
lest we forget, we can always hold one over the head. We got one. We got one, right. one for the. I mean, if you want to call it a win, but all I can say is OJ.
Maya, we right here. Yo,
OJ, and I'm gonna tell y'all what. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. If it wasn't for his lawyer, he had a badass lawyer. He had a very bad lawyer because baby, nobody top Johnny Cochran.
Hey yo, if it doesn't fit, you must have quit.
Exactly. But see, this is what's funny. Now, if R. Kelly would have given up, if R. Kelly, OJ said, "Look, I'm not acquitting. It don't fit. I'm not putting that on y'all." That man even went back and stole what they took from him.
That's what I was gonna say. He went back to stole the stuff that he had. You know what I mean? Like,
because they lied. If y'all really want to know the truth, they lied on that man. They did. Now, is it true that he sent somebody in the house to steal something? Yes. Did he pay them to go kill them? No. And if people pay attention, the killer been exposed. They've been exposed who actually killed Nicole Brown Simpson and Lil Homie. Because he was killed by they were killed by a serial killer, to be honest. And he admitted it years later after he made a pentagram in prison with their names dead smack in the middle. And he called them his biggest prized possessions. But anyway, that's how the cookie crumbles in this unjustifiable world.
Don't take OJ from me.
No, OJ will forever. Hey, OJ,
Maya,
hey, OJ the only man that
I gotta believe we can get one. We can get through.
You know it was over. OJ the only man I know that gave a high-speed chase going 45 miles per hour.
I thought it was 5 miles per hour, a Ladycrucible.
45, 5, it was still slow.
It was slow. The slowest in history.
It was slow.
Who was he running from? Really? Like, come on, OJ.
His demons.
Yeah, I mean, that's it.
That's all he could run from. But people think just because they celebrities go through normal stuff just like we do.
Yeah.
Man, I was watching Roots earlier today while I was at work on my phone. And I saw I took it all the way back. And I saw OJ, on there whenever he played the girl's father. I saw him run. I was like, damn, OJ.
Okay, so I got a question.
Did you feel the same way about John Amos? Kusa Kente? Because I felt some type of way when they took him off Good Time. I was like, man, I feel you, James.
Man, look, I'm gonna stay in my corner.
I mean, this is like my 5th time around watching Roots, y'all. If you black and you ain't watching
sis, don't feel bad, because if you watch the new modern day Roots, no BS, compared to the original version.
No, you gotta watch the original.
Yeah.
You gotta watch the original. I watched the original.
I watched the original. No, I watched the original. But in the one that's on Amazon Prime, it shows you certain things that's not in the original.
I seen the modern day one.
Is that Roots the Next Generation?
It's the Next Generation. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The Next Generation. But then they also got another.
But Tubi has the original one.
Yeah.
Yeah, two got the original one. Have you watched the old Book of Negro?
Yes, I did watch that. I did watch that.
That's on Amazon?
That's another.
It's on Amazon.
It's on it's on Amazon also.
I gotta
You
check
gotta
that
watch
out.
that
I
one
didn't see
too.
Now I have done many a thing to get my black card taken away. But if you are black and you my age now, 40, you have not seen the original Roots, man. Come on, guy.
Look,
You
the
gotta watch
original
that
Roots,
original Roots.
that still resonates with a lot of
Woo.
people today. Like,
some of these
Yep,
people out
Cicely
here
Tyson and LeVar Burton.
hey, oh my
Okay.
God,
Say
Mz.KIR.
what?
original.
LeVar
Cicely
Burton was that
Tyson,
one.
LeVar Burton.
Yes.
Okay.
The original
Kunta.
Roots. You know
Kunta
what?
Kinte,
Man.
Yeah, the
Exactly.
one with all them famous
Oh,
folks
your
in it
name is
too.
Toby.
But one thing I do want to say,
You got the
one
dad.
thing
You got
I
the
do
dad
wanna
from
say-
Brady Bunch on there, yo, as the slave owner. You got
I hate
man.
I hate the Brady Bunch after that.
But the
Oh.
dude is
Time
gay.
out,
The
time
dude
out.
is gay.
So you
know that?
telling me
Oh.
they went and
Oh,
took all
yes,
the sitcom? So you telling me they took all the sitcom stars and put them in a slave movie?
You know the dad from Brady Bunch is actually gay.
Yeah, he
Did
gay.
you
Yeah.
not know?
He gays all day.
I'm asking. You telling me they went and put all the
They
sitcom
took all these old.
stars in a slave
Yeah,
movie?
yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
I think that's probably where they got their original start from. I mean, that's an old movie. yo.
Listen,
Yeah.
Mike Brady was a slave
Absolutely.
owner. Yeah. Here's a story about a slave
I can't
owner.
remember the name. I was
Yeah.
trying to sit here and remember the name of the other movie, the very first how slavery first came about.
Mhm.
I can't remember the name, but it's about the black guys that were kidnapped by, I forgot exactly where they kidnapped them from Africa, and they took them somewhere, but they had a trial, and they won their freedom in court.
Amistad.
Yeah, I can't think of the
Amistad.
name to save my life.
Ooh, that was a
Amistad.
long movie.
And it's
too.
like when you,
Yeah.
my thing is this here. If people ain't watched these movies, if you don't know your history, you better catch these shows, these movies while they still have them on TV, because they are slowly erasing things.
Yeah.
I'm talking about literally like erasing things. They're erasing the movies, they're erasing the history, they erasing a lot of stuff. And again, we got Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs who's behind all of this.
Yep.
Hold on, what butterfly talking about?
Mr.
Haley's lives were uprooted. Hold on, she got me cursed.
She said,
What?
So,
wait a minute, what she say? I didn't see that part. What happened?
Mr. Haley's live.
Hold on, you need to say more. What's going on?
Look, do tell.
Butterfly. Explain.
I know, right?
About to
Like
give
Mr. Haley's
you the
live.
link, get you up on this video.
But you know what? It's a lot of celebrities that you be surprised down their ancestry line where their ancestors were slave owners. But they don't, they make sure they tell them not to put that or mention anything like that in their biographies. Don't mention it in an interview. If it come up, act like you don't know what they're talking about, because we don't want the world to know these things.
He stole the story from somebody
He definitely
else.
did. He definitely did. He definitely did.
But the thing is though, is the story is itself though is true. He just stole it from somebody.
No, he actually stole it and tried to rewrite it. That's why I said go watch the one on Amazon Prime, because it gives you
the modernized one.
The one that they have now is basically the original story told by Alex Haley himself.
The modernized
one. That's based on
Alex
his
Haley.
generations.
Alex Haley actually went and did the footwork. I'm talking about went over to the countries and actually went and did the actual footwork.
So the new,
This was
so the
actual
new
Alex.
generation is more accurate than the original one.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
And if you
Oh
really pay
wow!
attention,
What?
not only that, if you actually pay attention to the new modernized roots and the old book of Negroes,
That old
it's
book Negroes is
all
good. You gotta watch
a
that, Nor.
I'll check
connection.
that out.
It's all a connection, just in different states and countries.
So Alex Haley plagiarized the first Roots. That would.
No, the story that's on Amazon Prime now. The movie on Amazon Prime is written by Alex Haley. This is
Right.
his
Right.
story. Because
Okay.
he found out when he went looking up his ancestry line,
Yeah.
he found out that he comes from the ancestry line of Kuta Kinte.
Right. Right. That's in the first joint.
And Queen is his grandmother.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What?
But see, in certain
Queen.
stories, when the stories
Yep.
first came out, they don't tell you. The new modern day story shows how where he got, why they did it. In the old one, they just know he got kidnapped. They never told why. See, the people within his own tribe, the Mandinka tribe,
They kidnapped him.
in the beginning, they kidnapped him because they wanted his dad to feel how they felt. But these people were basically about themselves: greed, money, guns. And it wasn't even really money. It was gold. It was guns. They had the ammunition. Now they got control. They can do what they want to do.
Yeah.
But
And we sold ourselves.
They were going against their own king.
So was he
Kuta
kidnapped while
Kinte
he was
said-
going look for a drum, make a drum for his brother?
Who? Kuta Kinte?
Uh-huh.
No. Kuta Kinte was actually leaving. Kuta Kinte wanted to go study in Timbuktu right after he got castrated. He wanted to be the best warrior he could be. But his father told him, no, you have to live and go through the struggle as a warrior, like I did, like my father did, like his father did. But as the modern times go by, teenagers get a little rebellious. He wasn't nothing but 17 years old. By then, he done became a man. So you can't tell me what
You
to
make
do.
me want to stop. I'm still in the middle of, well, I done watched it 5 times already, but I'm about to watch the modern one again now. Shoot.
I'm gonna watch it
Yeah, I
tonight.
gotta check out that joint.
I watch it because people keep asking me, why do I watch it? Well, this is my thing. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I used to have this thing. You call me African American, I was ready to fight. I wasn't born in no damn Africa. Those were my words. But after really sitting down, but see, in school, they don't tell you all this. They give you bits and pieces. And you got to go scrounge for the real truth. So when you really sit and learn, and I've had to watch it because it's like when you watching TV, especially with kids, you always miss something. And then you go back. Like Chicken George. His own daddy did him dirty as hell. And mind you, his daddy was the slave master. Did that man dirty. You took that man from his wife, his kids, his mama. Then y'all done through this story. You done went back and told the plantation this story when the whole time it was all about you and greed. Because Chicken George had actually won his freedom.
Right. Yep.
And lost it. Won it and lost it all in 5 minutes.
Yep. Kind of sound like Dred Scott.
All because his pappy couldn't be man enough to go home with nothing.
Sound like Dred Scott.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He had his freedom. Then he lost his freedom.
Thank you for and supporting. But yeah, people, I read too much. I'm sorry, I read too much. I've been reading since I was 2.5, so I read.
Yeah, that's important. That's definitely important. You won't know anything.
I still do research old school style. No, I don't use Google like that because it's not a source.
Right.
I go look in the old school encyclopedias. Yes, call me old school, call me what you want.
OG in
But
the
that's the
building. Right on.
That's definitely.
because the internet can't tell me nothing. It's a computer for crying out loud.
Yep.
How
Right.
a computer gonna tell me what happened back in 1662 when the computer wasn't even invented in 1662?
All right. I can't stand
I'm supposed
AI.
to sit here and believe a computer.
I can't stand
Just
AI.
like if people really, let's really talk about what AI really is. Because if you really want to be truthful, it's not AI. It's not automated. It's a goofy sitting behind a computer screen typing just like we doing right now, sitting right here what we doing. That create some stuff. And they just make it look like a computer doing. I mean, it's like, come on, we done watched enough movies to pay attention and realize technology been around for a very long time. They just modernizing it now for us to believe that, oh, this is gonna do this. Come on, I seen a video on Instagram that blew the socks off me. Now, let me say this here, and I'm gonna show y'all this. This is what blew me. This is an iPhone 13 Pro Max. In this video, this phone, no bull crap. This phone was in that video. How?
And what video?
What video was that?
A video that it was a Chinese guy. He was talking about technology, but he showed the iPhone. How was the iPhone around in the early 1980s? They barely just got color TVs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, in the 80s,
So it makes you really wonder.
Well, see, in the 80s they had
Exactly.
the TV. You had to be rich to order to afford them joints because it was like a TV phone. The first TV phone was done by Radio Shack, but you had, I mean, there was like about 1,000 or more, and there's like only a few because only a few could afford it. Then, I mean, like what years?
Hold up, I got a potty, y'all.
It's just
then,
crazy how they try to trick. It's funny how it's called. If people paid attention to the Matrix, if you really pay attention to the Matrix, the actual movie, the Matrix, and I mean all of them, but go to the very last one, and it really opens your mind. Which another story that was stolen and plagiarized.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was written by a black lady.
It took her. Written by a black woman. It took her almost 20 years to finally get her rights back. They took it and plagiarized it and did what they wanted to do with it.
Yep.
If people really pay attention, when we close our eyes at night, they say we dream, right? But what is our actual dreams? Exactly, Miriam. You seen that too? A video of a woman in the 1900s on a cell phone. It's the way.
Wow.
The way technology worked back then, again, we wasn't supposed to know this
at all.
We're not supposed to know. And you're right, Miriam. It was a black woman on the phone in the 1900s. Wow. How was phones? But then let's just go and be honest. Albert Einstein.
Wow.
Let's talk about Albert Einstein, who accidentally stumbled on E=mc². Because
the theory of relativity.
The first mathematician was actually a black man back in 1942.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
But we're not gonna put that out there. The world ain't supposed to know that. Just like we're gonna also go and put it out there. Benjamin Franklin did not discover electricity.
No, he rediscovered it. He rediscovered it.
He couldn't discover something that was already here. It's embedded in the ground, in the trees, in the grass. How did you discover it? Or It's just crazy how they took a lot of things from us. Chicken recipes, cooking, all of that. Reading, writing. We was figuring out ways. We might not have knew how to write it out, but what did they think the braids meant in the Africans' heads back then? What did people think those were? Just designs? No. Those were maps.
Right.
But we not gonna know that because they didn't teach us that in school.
There's a lot of information that we are totally, oblivious to, because a lot of us choose to be oblivious to, our deeper histories, and that the things you will not see in history books. You know the significance behind things nowadays, like picnics. I just found out recently that picnics were actually celebrations to hang black people.
What the
You know
hell?
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I learned that some years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I
So,
don't like to use that word.
yeah, I don't even
Well,
like
let's
picnics.
go back to I'm gonna give y'all the reason why I don't like the ice cream truck. The song originally that plays on the ice cream truck was a nigger song.
Yep.
Or better yet, I got one even better for y'all. Amazing grace, how sweet
It's a redemption
sound,
song.
but it wasn't written for us.
Nope, it wasn't written for us.
It was by
But a guilt-stricken white man, who felt as though, like, man, I need to be redeemed from holding all these slaves that I'm transporting. That's the truth.
Or let's talk about the real Confederate flag. The real Confederate flag. You know, the ones that these white folks think it was made for them. It's our heritage. Spell heritage, fool. Because technically, what that flag stands for is our freedom.
Right.
But since y'all ruined it and tarnished it, y'all can have that. Because, see, people don't even know. We, and I'm going to say this one more time for those in the back. Us black folk got our own flag. Just don't nobody use it.
That's right.
We been had a flag. But everybody's so busy running around with this, all that, put your hand over your heart. Oh, say, can you sing? What we sing? Like I told them, oh, say, can you see that this democracy ain't made for you nor me?
Nope.
It's like, come on. Yeah, man, people just don't know. It's just so much that we need to know that a lot of people are not going to even. If our grandparents and great-great-grandparents, man, we ain't going to even talk about the Bible. I'm going to leave that for a subject for a whole other century from now, because it's so deep to get into. Because now I came across something where they saying now that the book of Enoch is not even the truth. So what is? Can somebody please tell me? Find somebody back in the day that can give me this story. I need somebody to sit down and tell it to me word for word.
Yeah, the book of Enoch is actually an added book to the Bible. It's an added book.
Right.
But
so they took 13 books away to add some random books to the Bible that we don't even know about.
Exactly.
That's crazy. But they expect us to believe all this. Okay, so can I ask y'all a question? And don't y'all judge me. Don't judge me. Please don't judge me. So if
no judgment here.
If Eve was created from Adam's bone marrow, which means they would have exact DNA, right?
Exactly.
Or okay, can somebody tell me how that made him how she became the wife? Because wouldn't that be the sister? I'm just saying. Or am I tweaking?
Well,
or am I just
the Bible
too hard?
says, it says, now this is flesh of my flesh and bone of my bone. Not changing the subject, but it's consistent. It's the flesh of my flesh and bone of my bones. So that statement alone when she came from his rib, more or less. You know what I'm saying? Now the two become one flesh. So essentially, like the way some dudes be treating their woman is basically like they beating themselves. Essentially, if you look at it in that manner.
Yeah.
I mean, I looked at it as it being his sister. And it made me think about where incest really started at. That's just my way of thinking. My way of thinking be way over there somewhere. Sometimes I'm talking about way.
That's a whole other story in the book itself. I'm telling you the real thing.
Sometimes I be having to pull my mind back this way sometimes because I be having to let you. Everybody ain't ready for that yet. Everybody ain't ready for that yet. It's like, just be quiet because you're going to start a World War 12,632 and yeah.
That's another story though in the Bible though. That is a whole other story. Incest, that's a lot.
And people look at me like I'm crazy when I say that, but I ask them, so what do y'all think incest started? Well, it started. No. We got to be truthful here. We got to think outside the box now. We can't go by. Remember, our mamas told us we can't go by everything we hear.
Yep.
And that sounds weird to me. So I got questions. A whole lot of them. I'm confused. Somebody sit me down, break it down for me. Look, I'm finna get the pen and the pad because I'm confused. But then, it's been rewritten so many times, so you don't know what to believe.
This is true also.
And I got cussed out for this one. I did, but I was a kid when I asked this question. I remember this memory plain as day because it was my mama was the one who popped me. I asked my mama, I said, Mom, she said, what? I said, do Jesus rise from the dead every year Easter come around? And before I knew it, I think I seen stars. I seen some stars. I think I seen the moon. I think she slapped me so hard that I ended up on Uranus. And then I some kind of way gravitated back to Earth. And when I got back to Earth, I couldn't remember my name. And it was like, I never asked that question. I never asked that question either. Even though I was still standing there after I woke up 3 days later, I was still looking for an answer.
that would be a feat of God. Not like he couldn't do it, but wow.
Hey, look, I tell you, Jesus. I had my first near-death death experience at 12 years old. I knew what death felt like. Been there. Look, I tell people, y'all ain't never died and came back to life. Go in there, I'm stupid, and watch your mama hit you. I promise you gonna die and come back because I did it twice. I promise y'all, I never asked. So it's like when Easter came around, can I just stay at home? Because I know I'm gonna get in trouble on this day. So can I just stay at home? I don't want to get beat down. I mean, I'm gonna be. Just let me go and stay home. And my son now he's 10, and at 4, he stood up in church. I'm Lord Jesus, here we go. And this little boy be having thousands of questions. He said, but he shocked me with this one.
Mm-hmm.
He said, Pastor, I got a question. He said, sure, young man, go give me your question. He said, I know you're not going to give me the real answer, but I'm going to ask you anyway. I looked at my son like, how you going to just tell that man he's not going to give you the real answer, but you going to answer, you know what, you've been around me too long, look. So he go ask the pastor, what's Jesus' birth name? I gotta figure that. What did he? But then when I sat down and grasped it a couple of years later, I was like, and then he went, and when I say he had a line of questions, he had his questions lined up. And he said, you just sat here and said that the money is root to evil, right?
Mm-hmm.
The pastor said, yeah. He said, I see you've been paying attention. He said, yeah, I've been paying attention. I've been paying attention so much that you said it's so evil, but yet you collected in church.
Oh,
Jesus, just take me now.
no
Just
more
take me now.
good.
Just take me now.
Mm.
Look, I gotta go. But I was expecting like stern feedback, like people was kind of, but the congregation even got quiet. Because now they even sitting there like, Pastor, he talking to you. We with him. Yeah. Matter of fact, let a collection play that because you said the money was the root to all evil. I need my money back. My life's about to go off anyway. And I'm just sitting here stunned, like, first off, where did you get them questions from? Who you been talking to? But he's so inquisitive. Like me and my 16-year-old. I'm still trying to figure out, was my kids switched at birth? Or did they give me the wrong ones? Or am I being punished or something? So me and my 16-year-old, and I didn't realize that my 16-year-old was into politics.
Okay.
He said, Mom, and we sitting up talking, and I was talking about the deportation and all that. He said, Mom, Trump's gonna hang himself for that. He said, but you know what's funny? No, what's funny? He said, I like how he tries to play the hero/villain. He said, how do he even really understand the concept or the definition of the hero and the villain?
Mm-hmm.
I was sitting here like, I don't even know the concept of the hero and the villain. And the way he broke it down, though, to be 16 years old, I'm sitting here reading and I'm like, wait a minute. Think just like me. Lord Jesus, we both gonna get it. But the way his intellect, the way he sat there and held the conversation, I was like, you just, the Richter scale just broke. Because you just put a lot of grown men to shame. If I brought him in the room, sat him in the room, and he only 16. If I put him in the room with a 19-year-old, an 18-year-old, and a 22-year-old, and a 25-year-old, they all gonna be sitting there, what the hell is he talking about? Life.
Wow.
He said, Ma, I pay attention. He said, I knew my son was something when he said, Ma, you do realize I'm smarter than my dad, right? Oh, baby, I knew that. Trust me, I knew that. I definitely knew that. When he couldn't spell the word there, I knew that. Yeah. But it's just amazing the intellectual mind that he had, the mindset that he has. It's just, and a lot of people say,
to be
well, how did your son turn out like that? And you was a hoodlum in these streets. I said, that's the thing. No matter what I did back then, I don't allow it to affect me now. And one thing I always do and I always will do when it comes to my children, and that is to raise them to be better than me.
That's right.
And evidently I must be doing something right.
I'm trying to tell you, you must be on the right track because, I mean, if he can speak like that.
I got teachers. My 3 youngest kids don't live here in Chicago. I don't want them here because it's dangerous here. I be having teachers calling me from Tennessee. Will your son, he's completed his classwork for the day and tomorrow and on Monday, but he's disrupting the class. I just got a question for you, ma'am. You're the teacher. Why are you calling me? He's on your time right now. I'm at work at this particular point in time. Give him something to do.
Right.
How hard is that? What you need? What was I supposed to tell him? Stop. Only thing I can tell him is stop disrupting the class. But if you give him something to do, he won't disrupt the class. Well, how would you know that, man? Because you know what? It's funny. I got this call. You know, my mama got this same phone call. And it's funny because my mama did. She got that same phone call back in the same grade. And I was like, wow. So, like, are all my children going to repeat
the step?
Is this like repetitive? Like, what are we doing here? Like, yeah, but my kids are my biggest, when I say my biggest supporters. When I did want to pick up my pen again, my kids was like, no, it's time. You like my niece right here too. They're like my biggest supporters. They keep me going.
That's what's up.
Girl, they know I smoke weed on here. You ain't gotta will.
It is after hours. I think we can get past
No,
that.
it's the fact that I mean, they do be respectful, and she do know that I'm on a platform, so they try to be. It's the fact that she came in here, and I'm trying to look at y'all, and she like, "Can I get a piece of you?" Girl, they know I smoke weed. We ain't gotta hide. I just sat here and smoked a whole blunt sitting on this. And 9 times out of 10, sometimes you'll catch me rolling one too. But you know, it's a beautiful thing, though. I will say this: my main goal now is to leave a legacy behind. My mom didn't get the chance to leave the legacy she wanted behind, but a portion of her legacy has still been left with us. So my thing is to keep it going and to instill it in my kids and for them to instill it in their kids.
Keep the fire burning.
You know, my got to. And you know, I will have to. I must be doing something right.
Yes.
Because my daughter just turned 15, June 7th, literally the day before my mom. Mm-hmm. And she said, she called me and she was like, "Mom, my dad's getting on my nerves." I was like, "I know, baby. Just, you know, you got to do what you got to do." Mm-hmm. She was like, "But he's mad at me." And I was like, "Why is he mad at you?" "Because I told him I want to be just like you." And he got mad at that. I was like, "Well, what did you tell him when you said you want to?" First off, let's break down what you mean by you want to be just like me. Because, yeah, which route and lane are we talking? She was like, "No, Mom, I'm serious." She was like, "I want to be a writer just like you." I cried. And I was like, "Are you joking?" She was like, "No, Mom, you inspire me." She was like, "When you gave me the link," first off, I didn't even know my kids knew nothing about links. They knew what links was, but they do. I had sent her a link to hear another kid on Clubhouse, and it inspired her to pick up her pen. And she called me and was like, "Mom, I'm waiting. I'm writing." And she was like, "Once I get real good at it," she was like, "I want us to do a mother-daughter book." I was like, "You know what? And we're going to do just that whenever you're ready." But then my 16-year-old son kicked me in the chest. He said, "Mom, since it's challenge day and you love challenges, I got a challenge for you too." Oh, okay, son. What is it? When I tell you this boy is really going to challenge my pen, he's going to challenge my pen.
Okay.
He wants me to write him a poem in Japanese.
Okay.
And he wants to take the poem. That's a challenge.
Yes.
And he wants to do it anime style. And I haven't got to anime. Yeah, that's what I said too. Yeah, I was like, yeah, but because he want me to do it, I'm gonna sit down. I told him it's gonna take me a minute because you know, Mama got to first study anime and do all that and learn a little Japanese and all that stuff too. But his goal after we do the poem, after I write the poem, he's gonna turn the poem into his very first anime video.
Oh my goodness!
And I was sitting there like, wait, what?
That's gonna be wicked.
He was like, "Yeah, Mom, I was like, "Yeah, so say less. I'm on it." And and I think what I want to do is, since it was his idea, I'm gonna write the poem about him
Okay.
from birth till now. So when he make his video, I'll be in the video, but it's mainly gonna be about him. I want it to be where it goes from birth to the young man that he is now. So his video is gonna be like a flip video.
Yeah, the
And
concept.
he doesn't realize his concept, the way his video is gonna flip is gonna basically flip from the womb to the mightiest king born from the mind of a queen.
When that
But
joint
anime
drop,
style.
let us know. Let me know, especially. I want to see. I love anime. Anime.
I definitely, and that's one of his dreams. So it's like anime is something he want to do. So it's like, why not?
Yeah.
And I'm here for it. I teach my kids to chase their dreams.
Right.
But see, when my mom died, I didn't really know what my dreams was, but I do now. And my kids inspired me to chase my dreams. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm chasing my dreams.
That's right.
That's right. Chase that dream. Whew, the time flew.
Time fly when you're having
Lord,
fun. I tell you.
sitting here for 2 hours.
Good.
Uh-oh, they coming.
Is that all of y'all?
I think that's enough. Dang.
That was too many. It's Friday here. See, I tell people here, they be like, "Oh, girl, you should be enjoying that quiet." Why not? It scares me. When they get quiet around here, that's not good for me. I need y'all to make some noise or something. Do something. Just
That's like the calm before the storm.
Right.
Seriously,
But
that's calm before the storm. Where I come from, shoot,
man.
So now that we have come to the end of a great show, Lady Crucible, can you take us out with another poem?
Of course. This piece that I'm gonna take you guys. This prompt was inspired by Black Rose, and it's titled "Who Do You Call When the Police Are the Problem?"
Drum roll, folks.
Who do you call? Who do you call when the police are the problem? When justice wears a badge cold as ice? Who answers the call when the protectors become the predators? How do you distinguish the enforcers of the law from the slave catchers of old? With their whips and chains, their eyes hungry for control. The uniforms may change, but the mission remains the same: to hunt, to capture, to silence the voices. In this modern day age, where technology reigns, we are still the targets, painted with broad strokes, labeled as threats, as if our existence is a crime. When did our skin become a target for suspicion? When did our dreams become a threat? I need reasons. No, I'm sorry, wait. I need answers to understand this pain, this relentless cycle where cries for help turn into screams of fear, where seeking justice is met with more injustice. Who do you call when the protectors become the oppressors? When the lines blur, who stands with us in this fight for life? It's only us. We watch the news, we see the faces, the names etched in memories, reminders of a history that refuses to fade. Is this evolution or merely a reshaping of the same old chains? The same old games played with new rules and different tools. We demand to know, why are we treated this way? Why the weight of the world hangs heavy on our shoulders? Why our cries echo in the empty halls of power? We seek answers, not just for ourselves, but for the generations that follow. For the children who dream of a world where justice is not just a luxury, but a right. So who do you call when the police are the problem? When the streets are filled with fear and distrust, when the very system that claims to protect is the one that harms us. We call upon each other. We come together. We forge a path in the darkness, because in unity, there is strength, and in strength, there is hope. Evolving, they say. But what does it mean when the roots of the past still grips the present? When the shackles of history are worn as badges? Poem.
That joint, like your joints, listen, your joints echo. I mean, remnants of protests, sign. I mean, picket signs. I'm seeing like faces of Emmett Till and George Floyd. Yeah, I mean, it's the imagery, man. It's the imagery and the symmetry in your words. It what makes it so direct hit. It's impactful.
Because it's like it makes you it makes you think though, like who do you call
Yeah,
when the police are the problem?
yeah.
Who do we get to tell on? How do we? Because I mean, from the looks of things, we not winning. We losing. But why are we losing? We don't even have a reason to lose. What have we done? What have we done besides be born to breathe the same air you breathe? Why do you hate me so much? And a lot of people can't even give you a reason. It's only the only thing they can tell you, like what do tell the lady in the Book of Negro? No, it's all right. It's my right to do what I do to you. But then when we take the right back into our own hands, and then it becomes a problem. Again, it's not a problem until it becomes one of their own. But again, who do we call when the police is the problem? Because as you can see, the government ain't doing nothing, the mayor ain't doing nothing. So who do we call? We can't call the Ghostbusters. It ain't like they can't show up. What they gonna do? I mean, it's something strange in my neighborhood. But who can I call? It ain't who do you call, it's who can I call? Because these days, Black people don't like to call the police no more. Because we always end up being the victim. We become I call you, and then I don't know if y'all heard, this was last year, 2024. Lady named Sonia Macy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mind you, she had mental issues. Yes.
Yeah. I knew you.
But that lady didn't have no mental issues that day. That lady did not have mental issues that day. Because even after they shot her, and the camera would hit the officer. And I'm gonna say this here: thank God and grace for his partner, because if it wasn't for his camera being on, they would have never known what really happened to her. But when you really dig into her story goes beyond just her death. So Sonia Macy was killed in what? What was that?
2023? No, 24.
No, this was
24. That was last year.
March of that same year, her 4-year-old cousin was killed. By who? A police officer. The boyfriend, the little boy's boyfriend was literally, they showed the video footage. He was gutting her. I'm talking about gutting her like a pig. The officers came in. The man has the boy with a knife to his throat. I'm still sitting here. And excuse, because it breaks my heart. You got tasers. You had body parts outside the area that you could have hit. but you aimed for that baby's chest. And you didn't shoot once, you shot twice. And she never stopped talking about it. So I'm going to say this, and this is just my opinion. It was the police department that was trying to shut her up. Because we can't put out there what we really did. We got to keep that quiet.
So she was targeted.
Basically. But they're not going to tell that part. The fact that they keep saying she threw a pot of hot water at him, that lady never touched the pot. She never got the chance to.
Nope.
The fact that he lied and said she walked up on him. Even if she would have threw the hot water on you, it was going to be cold by the time it reached you because it had to reach across the room. The fact that you told her to take the pot off the stove and then you shot her cold blood dead in her face.
Yep.
And we make excuses for him afterwards.
Televised murder. Televised murder.
I love you, but I don't love you like that. You be trying to kiss me in my mouth. But yeah, it's just a lot of my poems can come from watching movies. Like if ain't nobody paid attention, if you got Netflix, go watch the show Your Honor. You'll be tired. You'll be totally ticked after you watch it, because I was. And it makes you wonder, and I ain't gonna even say make you wonder, it just shows you in real life how this so-called justice system really don't work for us.
I thought you was gonna say Straw, because Straw was kind of raw.
That one, so I haven't seen that one yet, but just
That
seeing the
was raw.
previews.
That was really raw.
That movie, if people ain't paid attention, if Trump keep playing the way he playing, that's gonna be us in real life. And you ain't gonna be able to lock nobody up, because what else are we gonna do? You think we finna let our kids starve because you want to go out here and think you the strongest man in the world and can't even lift a thumbtack? I'm still trying to figure out why Congress ain't stepped in yet. The fact that can somebody explain to me why Vince McMahon, why whatever her name is, McMahon, ain't your husband a wrestler? How she can somebody and then they signed the paperwork that teachers can now spank kids in the school. But you got the lady whose husband then been in trouble 3, 4, 5 times for juicing.
Mm-hmm.
And we got your wife now running the board of education.
Boy, I tell you. Mm-mm.
So I'm just trying to figure out, so what we gonna be teaching the kids, how to wrestle in school then? Because you gave permission for teachers to spank to spank somebody's child. They do realize this is a new day and age, and I'm not even taking up for these kids like that. But do they know how many teachers finna? I digress. I just digress. I quit. I'm emancipating myself from this country. I'll come back. Let me know when Trump leave. I'll be back then. No.
Orange Man X.
Donald Trump is the version. Donald Trump is the version of that dude on the new Captain America. That's him. That's all him. That is all him. All him. I quit. I just quit. I'm gonna go build a ground cave. Y'all going with me? I'm gonna make sure I build enough room where everybody has some space and some room. We gonna be underground. I ain't got time. I ain't got time to be playing with these people.
Let me know. Just let me know.
Look, I'm gonna find the Mexicans. Y'all can come too. Y'all like to dig. Y'all know how to make it work. We all finna live like one big happy family. Ain't nobody got time to be playing with these people.
I know.
Butterfly said the teacher will be meeting the baddie's mama style.
On the real. You know how many parents gonna come up to that school? If y'all see parents coming up to the school now about y'all just hollering at their kids, can you imagine what these parents gonna do if you put your hands on them? Because you put your hands on mine, I'm going to jail. Y'all didn't see what that lady did to that principal at that school at the basketball game, even though that was out of pocket. But all the principal was trying to do was to keep the baby from getting ran over on the basketball court. She sent that lady over the bleachers and into the crowd, beyond the crowd. That principal might not be able to come to work for a week.
See, I would have to lose my job as principal because he would have had to brawl. I'm sorry.
Baby, look, I'm gonna just say I'm gonna need for some of these Beckys. I'm gonna need y'all to get y'all weight up too. Y'all can't be out here in black folk face and y'all can't fight. Don't do that, because then I'm gonna have fun with you and I'm gonna make you look stupid on top of it. Like real stupid. Like running around in your bloomer stupid. I'm the one again. I'm so stupid your mama should have swallowed you before she had you. Don't play with me.
That's the one.
You know I'm gonna put that in the piece.
Oh my goodness.
All righty. So now that we have come to the ending of a very informative, enlightening, funny, emotional, like Carl Thomas type podcast. Okay. Lady Crucible, do you have any shout outs that you would like to give?
Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, Wolf Hour. Shout out to the Alpha Mouthpiece. Shout out to Legendary Ink. Shout out to Poet, Big Black Ice, you know what I'm saying, the Poet family. And to everybody that rock with me and everybody that I rock with, you know what I'm saying, keep your pens up.
That's right.
Let's do what we do, y'all. We got the right to scribe, so let's scribe the right.
Yep.
Right on. Okay. Maya the Bee, do you have any shout outs you would like to give?
As always, shout out to my hubs, watching the kids while I'm on here. Shout out to this bed that I'm about to go to sleep in.
Okay.
All right.
About to knock out.
Girl, I'm about to get my pillow a whole lot of head tonight, a whole lot of it, because I'm tired.
Yeah, I can't even think no more. Moving on.
North Philly. Do you have any shout outs you would like to give?
Yes. Shouts out to Lady Crucible for the most inspiring, most heartfelt poems and heartfelt delivery we have heard in a while. To Maya the Bee, you know what I'm saying? We go back like days of Underoos. Shouts out to Black Ice, James Ellaby, Orlando Chandler, Mark Turpin, you know what I'm saying? All past guests. Shouts out to Philly. Hope we get back to being peaceful and not the city of brotherly shove. And shouts out to my grandkids. I know they sleep by now. And shouts out to me about to go to sleep because the Sandman is knocking at the door.
I wish I could say that. Y'all won't believe when I get off of here, I ain't finna do nothing but pick up my pen and write again.
Oh, snap. I get it.
I can dig it.
That's all I do is write. I'd be bored.
I like to give a shout out to my firstborn, T Noodle, the retired poet with an old soul. Shout out to Big Duque. He is graduating on Monday, 8th grade.
Hey, big dude.
Big dude. Shout out to him. I'm very proud of him. He has accomplished a lot.
All right.
That's the big dude right there. Shout out to my mom. She's usually on here, but she's not tonight. I guess she's gonna watch the replay. Shout out to North Philly, Maya B, Ladycrucible. Shout out to all the past guests, Shy Moonlight, Rosalia, Geronimo Speaks, and Peru, Black Ice, of course. Also, shout out to Lee Derek Horn, Rice Cerrone, Jay Silent Night. That's my dog. Gotta shout out Rice Cerrone, the San Francisco treat.
See, look, she over here telling our age.
Rice Cerrone.
That's a throwback.
Oh yeah. My condolences to the Rhodes family. Robert Rhodes. I went to school with him. He passed away a few weeks ago, and I was just like, wow. There's a lot of people that I don't went to school with have left, and so just gotta appreciate life. And my heart just goes out to his family. So rest in peace to Robert Rhodes. Shout out to my cousin Scott Jacob and my cousin Isha Yakov and my cousin Saranya Lewis and CJ Wright. Shout outs to you. Shout out to Teresa Hazel Eyes and Butterfly in the building because she done came out of the chrysalis.
Yes, you did.
Shout out to Ebony the Goddess for taking us to church a couple of weeks ago.
Woo, Lord.
Okay, you gotta see it. I was watching it the other day because I felt the need to go to church.
Yes.
Okay. And
speaking of, Grandma's hand. When I tell y'all, I stalk that lady every time I see her. That's my favorite piece about her. I love that piece.
Yeah, man. That joint was tight. That was tight.
Shout out to Lynette Robsott and Heavenly Harmonies, Maurice Huff, Sadette Knox, Genevieve Powell. Shout out to her. She's doing her thing. Book about to come out soon. About to come out ASAP Rocky. Let's see who else. Poessence. Shout out to you, girl. And Taria and Henry Busby and Dami Afuye and Karaja.
Dami.
Karaja's gonna come back on the show soon. He was on back in September. He's a book publisher. He's awesome sauce. He taught my firstborn how to play chess and ping pong. So he's gonna be back on in a couple of weeks. Excuse me. Shout out to Levine Hamilton, Antoinette Gross, Tanisha Accra. Shout outs to her. I think she's going to be co-hosting next week along with North Philly. Next week is June B, spoken word artist / author. And let's see, June 27th, folks, open mic, part 4, the writer's block. Mz.KIR presents part 4. The part 1, 2, and 3 was okay.
The saga continues, son. The saga continues.
So open mic online, June 27th, folks. Okay. And let's see who else. Shout out. Oh yeah, Yama's Guy. You need some CMOS. Okay, Yama's Guy. See Yama's Guy, tell him Tanisha sent you. Well, he calls me TJ. But tell him TJ sent you, okay? For your CMOS needs, go to Yama's Guy. Also, shout out to Camille from Game Changers Productions. Shout outs to her. And let's see, Trinity Davis Floyd and her mom, Tanya Davis Floyd and Gladys Moore Bryce, and Indigo Divine Brown. Shout outs to them. Who else? Well, all those who watching and who's on my timeline, who show Writer's Block love, shout outs to you. You get a shout out, you. This is Tanisha, aka Mz.KIR, capital K, capital I, capital R, the poetic lyricist, representing the Writer's Block Poetry Collective. Long live the Writer's Block, established January 21st, 2009. Long live the Writer's Block. Thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to share this, because this was a good show. Okay, share, because caring is sharing and sharing is caring. Oh yeah. Oh, shout out also to Eli the MC and Freddie Moasis, The Bread is Rising, Poetry Collective, Carlos DeFlar, and Angel Martinez.
Yes.
Yes, and somebody else. Not coming to me. Don't be mad. It's all love over here.
Before you
So thank you all again for watching.
shout out to my little sis Janaya on fire. Shout out to my little sis.
Shout out.
Okay.
Yes. So remember now, be breezy, folks. Be breezy. Okay, because it's been hot, hotter than a monkey's behind. Don't ask. Be breezy. And remember, folks, remember those edges. They matter. Edges matter. Don't let nobody. Okay. No
Ain't
one.
gonna let nobody.
Edges not matter. Edges on a gray, but they're there. Okay. Edges matter. And with that being said, y'all hold on to y'all edges. Y'all be breezy. And see you next week on Live with Mz.KIR. Peace.
Night, y'all.
Hey.
Later.
Night, y'all.
Out.
Man, wonder.